Hi everyone, welcome to Rajnai Bakes. Today we are making some rough puff pastry. It's going to be nice and simple, really straightforward. There is butter, there is flour, there's a little bit of salt and a little bit of water. So rough puff pastry is the cheats puff pastry, but it's great and it works, in my opinion, as well as you need it to. And as you may have seen on the semi-final of the Great British Bake Off, puff pastry did not serve me well, the full puff. So I'm all about the rough puff now. So what you're going to do is you're going to weigh out 350 grams of plain flour, a sprinkling of salt, and then what you're going to do is you're going to grate your butter directly into the flour. Right, here we go. Last bit. Try not to grate your fingers. Okay, so you will end up with a bowl of flour and butter. And all you're going to do is just coat the butter with the flour, really gently with your hands. So once you've coated the butter in the flour, so it looks like that, you are going to add some water. You want cold water, and you're going to add a little bit of time. Now, I've put in this recipe 100 ml of cold water, but this can change. You might not need all of it. What you're looking for is a really soft dough, pastry dough. Right, once it starts to come together, you want to tip it out onto the surface. So you want it to come together, but you literally just want it to come together and then you want to stop. So this is still a little bit dry, there's still quite a lot of flaky, floury bits. Add a little bit more water. And you can see it's just starting to come together into one solid lump. And then what you're going to do is you're going to shape it into a bit of a rectangle, like that. You're going to wrap it in cling film and then you're going to chill it for about 30 minutes. And then it'll be on to stage 2. So once it's chilled for half an hour, you want to get it out of the fridge. And then on a floured surface, you're going to roll it out into... Now I mean, there's a risk of putting a little bit too much flour, but I would rather use too much than too little at this point because I don't want it to get stuck to my surface. You want to roll it out into a rectangle. So again, you want to kind of work as quickly as you can because you don't want it to warm up. But this is what I mean, you don't want it to get stuck to your surface, so you're better off having too much flour. And you can brush it off later. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start putting in all the layers that you need for the puff pastry. We're going to fold that third into the middle, brush off any excess flour, and we're going to fold that third onto that third. And then we're going to do exactly the same again. And you'll notice as you go on that your pastry will get neater and neater. And you're going to again fold it in, 1/3 in on itself into the middle. And then you're going to wrap it in cling film again and chill it for a further 30 minutes. You're going to repeat the process again. So floured surface, roll it out to a big rectangle, and you're going to fold it in, brush off the excess flour, fold it in again, and repeat. Then that goes again back in the fridge for 30 minutes and then your puff pastry is ready to use. So that is your finished puff pastry. You can use it in loads of different things, very versatile. You can also freeze it, which is handy. So what I often do is I make a batch like that, cut it in half, freeze half, and then use some, but it'll freeze for up to a couple of months. So yeah, there we go, rough puff pastry, easy as pie. Just came up with that there and then.